everyone, thanks for joining me again, and tonight we're going to talk about confidence, something that I've been waiting to talk about. I've been reflecting on it for some time, and I can't wait to share a lot of things with you about how we can grow in our confidence, because you're already enough. I'll just start right there. You are already enough, but we're going to build that confidence so that you feel it from the inside out, and I'm just excited to get right into it. So here we go. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I don't want you to miss out on any other future videos, and thank you for watching. So if you end up liking this video, please give it a thumbs up. So I can't wait any longer. We're gonna get started right now. First, let's talk about self-care. So self-care is anything that brings you joy, that makes your body and mind and heart, all of the above, feel good. And there's so many different things that you could do that make your body feel good. Some of the ways that I practice self-care is one of those things. First is to practice healthy mental habits. So what that means is giving myself self-love. In the morning, thinking about what I love in the mirror rather than what I could work on. That has been something that I continue to work on because I am my own worst critic and I can always see how I can improve. While that's a good thing, I have to have a balance for that. Another thing that I do is to smile at myself and be comfortable at smiling. Even if you're not comfortable with smiling at yourself or smiling more in general, I promise that habit will become, well, a habit. And also, research shows that automatically, even if you force a smile, there are so many hormones going off in our brain that just already automatically make us feel good. So while practicing those healthy mental habits of telling myself good things that I like about myself while smiling at myself in the mirror, it makes me feel just prepped and pumped and ready for the day right from the get-go. Another way for self-care is exercise, and that is definitely, as I'm sure you've heard before, connected to our mental health and to our brain, and our brain releases these dopamine and endorphins and all the good things, and naturally, it's just a pick-me-up. It naturally makes us feel good inside. So if you're feeling a little bit down someday or sometimes or whenever, even if you don't feel it at first, I promise the moment you start working out on that mat, it will feel better. And getting your heart rate, you will feel so much better. That's a really great habit to build as well. So we're kind of like building this platform to build from here. And the other thing with mental health, to just get into self-care, self-love kind of habits, is to also remember those things that you are grateful for and the achievements that you've already accomplished. So celebrate what blessings you already have around you and within or of yourself, and your brain's gonna also create that into more of a habit so that you feel more positive and more confident going forth. So after getting our self-care in check and having that self-love and practicing our mental healthy habits, secondly, too, we want to look for a new thing that we can do. So that's a new skill, a new hobby. What's something you've never tried or something you have tried but you'd like to give more time and more effort towards? As you are trying something new, it's exciting. Our brain also really likes that. And you're gonna have these milestones that you're going to reach quickly, and it also makes you feel good because it's stepping outside of your normal routine. So when that normal routine gets a little bit just, I guess, feeling like a rut or feeling like it's mundane, that's a good time to put something new into your schedule. For me, it was exercise, so I was checking off 1 and 2, and exercise made me feel good. But I had exercised a lot in the past, but I just had let it go. But I wanted to learn how to train at a higher intensity level. So that was something that made me feel good. I became a co-coach of a running club for my students, and that was also something that I paired with the exercise, and it was new, it was exciting. I loved passing on any knowledge that I could to these students so that they could also better their lives, and that just made me feel even more fueled with positive energy. So try something new. Thirdly, this kind of piggybacks off of number 2. When you are trying something new, or even if it's something that you have been doing, set smaller goals so that you can achieve them more quickly, and that will definitely boost your confidence as well. So sometimes we can create these really big goals that take more time, and maybe that's why we feel down and frustrated to begin with. So if we readjust the goal to smaller, so a smaller milestone, not that we won't get there, but once we reach the smaller milestone, it'll give us even more energy to get the whole way there. Think of it as in driving to a destination and you're just stopping at more gas stations along the way. While you might take a little bit longer, it's better to stop, refuel, in this case, celebrate the smaller milestones, and just cherish in those moments so that you don't give up and that you actually do make it to the final destination, aka your dream, your final goal. Fourth, the next one is a heart check. So we've talked about a lot of actionable steps. This is one where it takes reflection. I want for you to know that you are enough. You are enough right now as is. And this feeling that you have, while we can do these actionable steps to get us to new milestones, I want you to know that regardless, you are enough regardless. And this is something that the biggest part of why I said that I've been reflecting on this for some time is this part right here. When we don't feel like we are enough, we can let fear creep in and insecurities, and when we feel that way, we can quit altogether. So what I want you to do, and what I kind of mentioned a little bit already, is when you are in the mirror and you see yourself, whether that's in your bathroom or in your car or wherever, I want you to get into a habit of telling yourself a compliment. Find something, because we all have something that we do love about ourselves. And I want you to get in a habit of finding why you are already enough. I know that talking to yourself in the mirror sounds really corny and weird, but I promise, and research does show, that it has a subconscious effect on you. So every day, even if you start out with just telling yourself one compliment a day, it will get easier, it'll get more confident. You will find yourself smiling at yourself more and bump it up to 2 compliments and 3. I would love to hear that you're up to 5 someday. I could even get myself up to 5. I think I'm feeling comfortable right now, like a 3. But I'm just being real with y'all. We all feel this sometimes. My grandma always told me that we are our own worst critic. No one is criticizing you anymore so than yourself and me to myself. So we need to work on our heart and our minds and just rewire, retrain how we think about ourselves. Only then will we be able to achieve the goals that we want to get to. We can't think that we're not enough, because girl, you just are. You just are already. And this negative self-talk has got to go. I hope that pumped you up, and I hope that motivated you, because without this part, the confidence, the actionable steps is not going to happen. This is the brake to the moving vehicle, to you, and we need to change the way our heart feels about ourselves. 5th, we cannot compare ourselves to anyone else, because guess what? You are only yourself. I am only myself, and we can only be the very best that we can be if we are not worried about comparing where someone else is, where we want to go, and we're not there yet. We need to be thankful and grateful for where we are currently, knowing that there was a time where we weren't even where we are now. And this gap of where we think we are and someone else's that is also a brake. So now you got 2 brakes in your car, and if we focus too much on what we perceive as where we want to be and we're not there yet, and that person already has it, we are going to beat ourselves up. And I don't want for you to do that. I want you to keep going. I want you to love yourself for you and where you already are right now. So we got to stomp those thoughts out of our brain. And remember, theme of the video is that you are enough already, and we need to celebrate where we are at every step so that we feel confident and we feel good and we feel loving about ourselves to allow ourselves to grow, make mistakes along the way, which is totally fine. That's going to happen. It needs to happen for growth. It needs to happen for growth. So we just have to make sure our brain's in the right place so that we don't get stopped in the middle of the road when we feel like we've had a setback. So don't compare to anyone else. You are enough. Lastly, so 6, now that we have our heart in check and we have it in the right place, continue to move forward and do those actionable steps. Whatever your goal is, be thinking and planning about what's the next thing that you can do. Sometimes that fear is going to creep in, and in those moments, don't let it cripple you. We need to execute the next step in the plan and keep moving forward and allow time to reflect. Think about what did go well and what didn't go well. Reflect, problem solve, move on, keep going, actual steps every single day. The only way to conquer that fear of self-doubt is to continue proving to yourself that you can keep moving forward, that fear will not hold you where you are. You've got this. So that wraps up a really quick summary on how to build your confidence. I could go so deep about my own personal experiences, and that will have to be for another time. But these are some of the tidbits and the quick thoughts that I have had across the past couple of years to build myself to the point where I can even be here in front of the camera with you, talking to you, even though you're not even there as I'm looking to this lens, that I am finally at a point where I am comfortable. And I know that I can make a difference, and you can too. The confidence has to come from within you. No one can give it to you. You are enough. You are enough. And there is nothing wrong with having an end goal that is something that you don't have yet, as long as you are not allowing it to compare yourself to it, because I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to have fear or self-doubt. I want you to realize and readjust the perspective to know that you are going to have setbacks, but that you will learn from that. And I had talked about that quite a lot in my motivation video, so these things definitely come together. And that's why I'm putting it in the same playlist as well. So if you want to listen more to some of that, go check out that motivation video. But anyways, I want you to be confident because you know that you've got this. And while you're not there yet, you will be there someday. Just don't give up, friends. I love you. Thank you for following and listening with me tonight. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.